The Sinulog Grand Parade kicks off later today as the country celebrates the feast day of the Santo Niño. Changes in leadership continue in the defense sector. This time around, former Interior Secretary Ed Año takes over as National Security Advisor, replacing Clarita Carlos. And it's the most beautiful day in the universe once again as pageant queens compete for the Miss Universe crown. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your weekend. I'm Riza Diaz. We begin today's newscast with the Sinulog Festival well underway. Today begins with a series of holy masses, after which the Grand Parade starts at the South Road Properties grounds. A street party and a pyro show is expected to cap off today's events. A photo and short film contest will also be happening in the next few days. On Saturday, the festivities were kick-started with a fluvial procession of the Santo Niño with over 180 vessels joining in. Former Interior Secretary Eduardo Año has replaced Clarita Carlos as National Security Advisor. Año took his oath of office before President Bongbong Marcos on Saturday. According to Malacanang, Carlos has decided to join the Congressional Policy and Budget Research Department. Carlos's exit comes on the heels of a major shakeup in the country's security sector. President Marcos earlier brought back General Andres Centino as Armed Forces Chief of Staff. This was followed by the resignation of Defense Secretary Jose Faustino, who was replaced by former vaccine czar Carlito Galvez. The Bureau of Customs is beefing up its operations against smuggled agricultural goods, particularly onions. Here's the report.
With onions costing hundreds of pesos per kilo, Bella, a carinderia owner, has resorted to cooking without it, just to keep her business afloat.
Dinadagdagan ko ng bawang tsaka luya. Mahal talaga ang sibuyas. Talagang mahal, hindi ko talaga kaya. Sa tagal ko nagtitinda ng pagkain. Ngayon lang talaga ayaw ko talagang gumamit ng sibuyas dahil sa mahal.
Over at Nepa Q-Mart, retailers are also complaining about onion prices, which are currently at 340 to 350 pesos per kilo. They usually sell around 300 kilos per day. But with onions being expensive nowadays, they are able to sell only around 50 kilos daily. This cuts their earnings from the usual 1,500 pesos to 500 pesos.
Matumal po. Kasi po yung nagmahal po siya, tumaas po, tapos nagre-reklamo po yung mga namimili. Parang hinahawakan na lang po nila tapos pagka aalis yung ganyan.
For its part, the Bureau of Customs is beefing up its campaign against agricultural product smuggling. The agency claims they have confiscated some 700 billion pesos worth of onions since last year. Their largest haul took place last November and amounted to 197 million pesos.
Base po dun sa datos natin, ngayong taong 2022 po, nitong nakaraang taon na 2022, umabot po ito ng 709 seizure cases po tayo. Pagdating po sa lahat ng mga agri-products. Nitong last November to dumating, tapos upon lodgement po ng goods declaration, we found out na ito po ay it's an examiner initiative po and yung sa intelligence operatives natin po, kaya po na-alerto tayo.
Despite proposals for smuggled onions to be sold in markets, the Bureau of Customs remains firm that the confiscated goods will be disposed of instead. This is because smuggled items have not gone through the proper sanitation and quality checks. The agency also calls on the public to report any information on smuggled agricultural products.
Meanwhile, the Agriculture Department claims that onion prices could go down in the coming days. DA Assistant Secretary Christine Evangelista said there were more harvests this month compared to last December and that we have not reached the peak of harvest season yet. The DA also monitored that current market prices of onion have settled at around 550 pesos per kilo. As a point of reference, the department said farm gate onion prices start at 450 pesos per kilo. The DA earlier recommended the importation of 22,000 metric tons of onions in a bid to lower prices.
So as far as the onions are concerned, we are looking at the prices that it's supposed to go down already. One, of course, is also that there are more harvests this coming second week of January as compared to December. We have not reached the peak of the harvest because it's really March.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The low-pressure area off Mindanao has moved north and is now located east of Maasin, southern Leyte. Pag-asa warns of possible flooding as the LPA brings cloudy skies and rains over Metro Manila, Bicol region, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Aurora, Quezon, Visayas, and Mindanao. But the Weather Bureau says this LPA still has a low chance of becoming a typhoon. Meanwhile, the rest of Luzon is also expected to have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. Miss Universe Celeste Cortesi will be wearing a new gown to the Miss U finals later. Celeste told reporter Dayan Castillejo that she will have an evening gown in a different color. She'll also be sporting a new hairstyle for the finals. Drastic cuts will be made this year according to reports. From 84 candidates in total, only 16 will advance to the semifinals, and from that, the finalists will be cut to 5, 3 of whom will be vying for the crown. The Miss Universe coronation will happen later at 9 o'clock in the morning, Philippine time. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.